All right, so thanks everybody. This is Valerie VanBooven, and today, instead of being on Facebook Live, we are doing a webinar live, which is sometimes easier for some of you than the Facebook, so we try to switch it up a little bit. Today we're going to talk about something that is occurring with our Facebook clients. And by the way, let's do a little housekeeping. Wait a minute. If you can hear me, and we want to make sure everybody's got volume, if you can hear me, can you raise your hand? There's a little hand. If you raise it, then that tells me that you can hear my voice. That's on your little dashboard there. Not your real hand, but a little hand that you click on your dashboard when you're viewing the webinar. Awesome. Okay, I see some hands going up, so that must mean people are able to hear me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I am going to put your hands down, so I'm good there. Just want to make sure I'm not crazy. Also, we're recording this webinar, so I will send out the replay. You're welcome to share it with anyone you want. It'll end up on Facebook, YouTube. It'll be, the link from YouTube will be emailed to you. We do not share our actual slides, but we will share the video with you. So you're welcome to share that with anyone. If you registered for the webinar, you will automatically receive an email with the webinar replay. Also, I will take questions, but I will take them at the end of the webinar. And because we have so many people signing up for these webinars, what we do is take them, you can type them into the questions pane on your dashboard. So if you go to your dashboard, you'll see that there's a little place for questions. You could just type a question in there. As I get to them, I'll do it first come, first serve. So at the end of the webinar, you don't have to wait till the end. Just go ahead and type your question in. And at the end of the webinar, I'll just go through questions, first come, first serve, and answer as many as I can possibly get to. And you may not have many questions. This is not going to be a super long webinar, but certainly feel free to ask anything you like. So my name is Valerie VanBooven. I'm a registered nurse and the co-owner of LTC Expert Publications. This is not a fancy webinar today, but we're just going to go through a few of the things that I think are important. And in the sort of the advertisement or the enticement for this is to show you how we're taking some of our clients who are in our Facebook programs and making sure that their local audience is clicking through Facebook to their Contact Us page, and how we're setting those goals and meeting them and getting more conversions. So I'm going to show you some screenshots. I'm going to show you what's happening there, and then give you a little insight into how we're making that happen. Because I know that anytime you can get more business from any method out there, it's a good day. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the business sales channels, the sales channels for home care specifically, and for a lot of businesses out there. But for home care, your number one top referral source, your top source of leads is always going to be direct referral marketing. And that means it's your in person, shaking people's hands, looking them in the eye and saying, this is what we do, we're here, we want to care for your clients, please refer to us, or clients who've used you in the past referring you on to someone else. That is consumer and professional direct referral marketing. So you're reaching out to those professionals in your area, and you're also reaching out to the consumers in your area and saying, we're here, we're supporting our community, we're at the Alzheimer's Walk, we're at the Soup Kitchen, we are at the Senior Fair, and we want you to know about us and call us when you need help. And that will never go away. Every home care agency needs to have someone, whether it's you, the owner, or you have a marketer, needs to have someone out in the field doing that kind of stuff. And that's not going to change. This is a very personal business. I would never recommend, even though this is our core business and what we do here at LTC Expert Publications is all online marketing, I would never ever say to a home care agency, you don't need to go out in the field and do anything. You can just rely on online search. That would be a very bad piece of advice for me to give anyone. I would never say that. So having said that, direct referral marketing is still always going to be number one. But in order to get the most bang for your buck in any marketing situation, you need to include online marketing. And for those of you who have not included online marketing, even if you have a website, that doesn't mean you're doing marketing online. That means you just have a website sitting there, and that's great, but it doesn't serve much of a purpose unless you're actively using it. And that's the challenge we find, is that people don't know how to use their websites and social media effectively, and they're afraid they're going to get burned, or they have been burned by other internet marketing firms who don't specialize in home care the way we do. And when you are with someone who does not specialize in home care, no matter how good they make that program sound, if it's not someone who understands your target audience and the fact that these people who are calling you are really emotionally affected, they're financially affected for sure, and they have no idea that Medicare and insurance is not going to pay for, private duty home care. They don't know that yet. So the sticker shock is real. So you got to do your online marketing in order to reach the biggest audience possible. So there are two ways that we've always used Google as our organic search for our online marketing, and that's never going to change. Google is, no matter where you live or what you think of Google, Google is probably going to be number one for a very long time in terms of organic search marketing. You can do paid marketing on Google. Don't recommend it for home care. But organic search, that organic search meaning natural search engine results, that is one of the biggest ways to get found on the internet. But coming up in a close second and actually making more inroads for the home care market is Facebook. So at the bottom you see Facebook. Facebook is on the rise, and Facebook is in a huge competition with Google. They serve a couple of different purposes. I won't go into all of that here, but Facebook has such a wide range of demographics now. It's not just your 18-year-olds and your 20-year-olds like Snapchat. It's actually a whole range of people, all the way into their late senior years who are using Facebook. Even if it's just to see pictures of grandkids, they're on it. So we have found that in the last year or so, and actually probably about 2 years, Facebook has been an excellent way, or a more excellent way even, than Google to reach out to your local community. Google is never going to go away. We're never going to say it's not important. It will always be important. But Facebook has come up to a spot where when people really are spending a lot of time online, they are spending a lot of time on Facebook. So that's where you want to have your pretty ads and your calls to action in front of them, is right there where they're spending the most time, and that's on Facebook. So we're going to talk about that and how we get those results I showed you. So, of course, you should know by now that your target audiences are the adult children of aging parents, not necessarily seniors. Sometimes it's a senior, maybe a family member, like a spouse of a person who needs care. But for the most part, we're talking about adult children and grandchildren of aging adults who are making those phone calls and reaching out for help. And also potential and existing referral sources. So you already have people hopefully that are referring to you in the professional area, but you also have new ones that you want to reach out to. So you have potential and existing referral sources, family members of persons needing care, and adult children of aging parents. And here is the content strategy that all home care agencies should be considering. First of all, you have to know what your messages are. As a home care agency, you want to be an authority on senior care. You need to be a trusted and quality provider. And all of this stuff comes in different forms. And you can make yourself an authority. You can be that trusted and quality provider by doing different things. You need to be a great marketing partner for other non-competitive senior sources out there, senior care options. So a home care agency should be partnering with a hospice agency. A home care agency should be partnering with assisted living facilities, independent living communities. Whoever it is out there that's in the senior market but is non-competitive, in terms of not exactly the same service, then those are great marketing partners. So you definitely want to team up with those people. And you want to be a great community resource. So you can be a great community resource in your own brain, and you can, help people on the phone, but you can also make sure that your website is a great community resource. It doesn't have to be all about you. It can be about all the different things that are happening in your local area. So those are the messages. You want to be the resource, the marketing partner, a trusted and quality provider, and an authority on senior care. And if you're in the home care business and you own a home care business, you are all of these things, or you should be. Okay, so content programs. How do you get that message across online? How do you get all these things across to people out in your community? You have to have blog posts on your website. You can't stop doing that or never do that. You have to do that. So you need to have fresh, unique content, not content that you've borrowed from the New York Times, but you need to have unique, fresh content on your website every week. Google likes that. Your consumers like that. They do read those articles. We have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of proofs that people click on blog posts and read them. If they're in your market, if they're looking for home care, if they are in a senior care situation that they're not sure how to solve, they're going to read your material, and that's exactly who you're talking to. So you need blog posts. You need reputation management, and the easier way to say that is reviews and testimonials. You need them, and they need to be good, so that's important. You need collaborative publishing. That means that you are writing up, by being a great marketing partner, you're writing up stories about that local assisted living facility and what they have to offer. And maybe they're writing an article about you and putting it on their website. And you're doing that for each other because you're great marketing partners. And then, of course, you need company news. So you need your internal and external company news to be out there. You need it to show up in different places. And that means that you need that company news to be on Google and Facebook and your e-newsletter and Twitter and LinkedIn and Pinterest and all those other places. And you can automate all of that if you know what you're doing. So Google is what we want to focus on for SEO, search engine optimization. You need to be on the first page of Google. It doesn't mean that you're going to get a million phone calls. In fact, today, in 2017, what's important to know is that if you are number one, and we have lots of clients who meet this criteria, on the first page of Google in 10 towns in your local area and 80 keyword phrases, home care, elder care, senior care, caregiver, and you're on the first page for a lot of those, that does not mean necessarily in this moment in 2017 that your phone's going to ring more, because Google has made some changes. And one of them is a change for mobile, meaning that the places that you are closest to when you're sitting in your car or sitting in your house or sitting at work are the places that are going to show up first on your mobile phone, your iPad, your tablet, and even on your desktop if your desktop knows, if you allow it to know where you are. So SEO is a different game today than it was 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago when we started this business, actually 8 years ago when we started this business. But so SEO is different. Also, the natural search engine results for Google start showing after the scroll line, if you know what I mean. So if you're looking at your screen, you're looking at my screen right now on a webinar. If I scroll down, of course for me that means the slide will change, but if I were to scroll down, that would be whatever you cannot see on my screen now. If I scrolled, that would be everything underneath. What you can see right now is under the scroll line. Well, natural search engine results start under the scroll line now. First come ads, then comes the map, then comes your natural search engine results, and that's a bummer. But that's the way it is, and Google wants to monetize everything. So keep that in mind moving forward. You still have to play the game. You still want to be good. You still want to be good in the eyes of the Google monster, but you can't rely on Google alone to get all of the attention that you need and all the leads. So let's talk Facebook and your e-newsletter. Let's talk e-newsletter first, because Facebook is the focus of this one. So your e-newsletter should go out monthly. It should go out without fail. So if you have all good intentions of sending out this amazing monthly newsletter, yet your staff can't seem to get it together, or you can't seem to find the time because 1,000 other things are happening, you wear a lot of different hats, trust me when I say automating it is better than not having one at all. You don't have to have a glamorous, beautiful, amazing Nordstrom, Macy's-style newsletter in order to get people's attention. Simple, easy, fast, scrollable, clickable, linkable. That's what matters. People are looking at your newsletters on their phones, on their tablets, on their mobile devices, and they are not going to read an entire article, and they are not going to read every article. So you need to make your content scrollable, easy to read, and easy to choose from. And that's what all the big boys are doing, and that's what you should be doing too. Pretty is awesome, but if no one reads it or it never goes out because it takes too much time to put together every month, then it doesn't make any difference. It's never going to see the light of day. So make it automated, and that's what we do for our clients. Facebook. This is where we're heading right now, is to talk about Facebook. So having said that, I'm going to show you a couple of screenshots. This one I just took about, I don't know, half an hour ago, 30 minutes ago. And what I want to talk to you about is getting people to click through to your website. Now, for the data that you're looking at right now, you are looking at the last 28 days of information. This is Facebook Insights for one client, and this is some of the action they've had in the last 28 days. So I'm going to start with page views, which is right in the middle. So you can see that their total page views have gone up 2,500%, which sounds like a big number, but it went up by 130 page views in the last 28 days. And in fact, I don't even know that they've been with us 28 days, so yeah, I guess they have been. And then for page likes, we guarantee a certain number of people will like your page that are in your local area and are relevant to you every single month when we put a program together. They're not people in Indonesia or China. They are people who are local to you in your local area within a 10 or 25 mile radius, depending on if you're rural or if you're in the city. And we get that done. So you can see their page likes have gone up over and above what we even promised them in their program this month in the last 28 days. So their page likes are up 2,000%. Now it's only 126 likes, but that's the program they purchased. You have to remember that. So if you wanted more than that, you would have to pick a more expensive program in order to make that happen. However, this is a great result for someone who's just starting out with us. Their reach has gone up, so meaning the amount, how many folks in their local areas their posts have reached, their reach has gone up. Their post engagements have gone up, so 111%. So engagement could be anything like somebody clicked on something, they clicked through to a website, they did this or that. So their engagements have gone up 111% in the last 28 days. And then videos, that's pretty interesting. We do videos for our clients, and we put 2 videos a month on their Facebook page, and we boost them a little bit so that more people in their local area see those videos. So you can see that their total video views in the last 28 days have gone up 60,000% because they probably had 2 videos, or maybe even just 1 so far, and it's gone up 1,000. I had 1,218 people in their local area view those videos. These are good results. And these are not that expensive. But you also have to keep in mind that along with what you're looking at here, this is a client who also has had us posting content on their website, and they are providing us with company news about themselves for us to blog post for them. They also are getting curated content, meaning, cute memes and inspirational messages, articles about seniors, things like that. They're getting that 5 days a week on top of all the other stuff we're doing. So they get a lot of action and activity. They are reaching out to their community every single day, and they're increasing the amount of people who see their information every single day. And this is a fairly rural example. So this is not New York City. The numbers would be much different for New York City if I showed you this. But this is kind of a rural, not in the middle of a big metropolis kind of thing. So if I showed you someone who was in Minneapolis or Chicago or St. Louis or New York, you'd see much bigger numbers. But on the other hand, this is awesome for these folks. So, and then what I want to show you is one of the pictures. I want you to just take note of this for a second. Contact Us promotion down here at the bottom. This is going to finish in about 3 days. We scheduled this. We have a certain kind of ad that we put together with a certain kind of text that encourages folks in their local area to pick up the phone or click to their website, which is what we're looking at here, and talk to them about their situation or contact us. So in the last 28 days, this ad has reached 1,940 people in their local area, not in India or Germany or somewhere. This is in their local area. And 85 times people have clicked on the button that says contact us. Now, I can't tell you that all 85 of those people turned into leads or, we'd be millionaires right now. But I can tell you that it's a numbers game. So of those 85 button clicks or phone calls that may have come in as a result of this ad, some of those have turned into leads. And if you don't have 85 button clicks, which most of you do not, most of us do not have 85 people clicking on in the home care industry, clicking on our Contact Us page every month. I guarantee you that because we've been doing this for 10 years almost. So if you don't have those numbers, you have less of a chance of getting those kinds of leads. The more button clicks you have on a Contact Us promotion with a certain wording and a certain call to action, the more likely you are to have more leads. So this is a numbers game. We spent $60 at the end of the day, 60-something dollars. I don't know how much it'll end up being, something like that. And because of the way we pose our ads and because of the good call to action we put in them, they got 85 button clicks, and that's awesome. That means people are going to their website and going to their Contact Us page. At that point, they're either going to pick up the phone and call, or they're going to fill out the form on the Contact Us page. It's just math, so that's what we have there. So that's when I showed you this next slide. Do you know what these are? Now these are random clients. I can't show you it's private who they are, but when we go to Google Analytics, now what we were just looking at was Facebook Insights, but when we go to Google Analytics and we translate those clicks into conversions, we call that a goal. So in other words, I say to Google Analytics, you tell me every time somebody fills out a Contact Us form on a website. I want to know every time, and that's a goal. Every time that happens, that's a conversion. That's a goal. So I want to know when that happens. So then Google reports to us in the last 28 days or last 30 days how many times a goal was completed. And so this is, and it's hard to explain what you're actually looking at here. This is my Google Analytics information. I can see all of our Facebook clients in Google Analytics, and we can see what their conversions are and how many of their goals are being met. So what I am showing you, so if you look at that very top number, 72.08%, so their conversions or goals have gone up 72%. Compared to the month prior. Their goals have gone up for another Contact Us page up 62% as opposed to the month prior. If I go down to my 54%, that means that for that client, they have 54% more goals, or they've gone up 54% compared to the month prior. And you can just see that goes on. At the very bottom, you'll see one that says it's gone up 3,091%. That means that they probably just started with us. So in other words, they had maybe one goal or so in the month prior, but in the last 30 days, they've had 14.57% goal completion, meaning people filled out the Contact Us form. I have done this for long enough to know that usually these goal conversion rates for a website, in a home care agency website, are 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, if anyone's keeping track of them at all. Now, again, that doesn't mean that every single one of these turned into a viable lead and these people are making $1 million now because of these, goals that are being completed. But if you never have a goal completed, you never have the opportunity to get a lead this way. When you do have goals completed and this number keeps going up every month, then you know that you have at least an opportunity to talk to people who are filling out that Contact Us page. Some of them may be Medicaid only. Some of them may be just shopping. But you have the same, you take a much bigger risk, I should say, if you are doing this with Google AdWords, because the difference is with Facebook, every time somebody likes your page or they fill out a Contact Us form on your website because they saw an ad or they comment on something, they are now your captive audience. You have their email address or they're a fan of your Facebook page, and you can market to them over and over again over the course of time. If you are running a Google AdWords campaign, someone can click on your ad all day long. Most likely those people are employment seekers. And for the few who are seeking care or looking for care that click on your ad, of those people, some of those are going to qualify for Medicaid, some of them are shoppers, some of them will turn into leads and close immediately. Same rule applies there. But you have not, if they just click on your ad and they haven't done anything, you have not collected their email address, they're not a fan of your Facebook page, they're never going to see your ad again unless they type in that same search. Once you turn those ads off, they're gone. With Facebook, that's different. As soon as somebody likes your page, every time you run an ad, every time you boost a post, they're much more likely to see it because they have become a fan of yours. They're much more likely to comment on your Facebook business page. They're much more likely to turn into a real fan if you have great content coming in through Facebook. And they're much more likely to become a client. Whereas with Google, as soon as you turn those ads off, everybody's gone. There is no collection of any personal data there. So these are the things that you want to keep in mind when you're trying to decide between advertising on Google or advertising on Facebook and putting a good amount of effort into that Facebook program. So these are goals and these are conversions that have happened with our clients that are in our Facebook program. These are not Google AdWords results. They are one thing only, and that is Facebook. So this is kind of what it looks like with our Facebook program. So for the goals for the Facebook program that we have is to build a large audience, keep you top of mind in your local area, build engagement, drive traffic to your website, and we want to advertise to build a critical mass of likes, meaning we want a huge amount of fans on your Facebook business page. We want to feed articles from your website to Facebook. We want to publish videos. They're cute. They're 30 seconds to 1 minute, depending on the topic. They have a call to action. They're custom for you. There's 2 per month. You get all of them on a YouTube channel as well as 2 per month on Facebook. And that makes it really easy for people to, they watch them, they like them, they share them. They're cute and they're very appropriate for home care. They're very inspirational and easy, and we do all of them for you. They have your logo, your contact information, and then curated content. You can see even a picture of curated content right there on your screen on this Facebook page. You can see that we used a TED Talk as one of the curated content. So this is a TED Talk on Alzheimer's disease, and a scientist named Samuel Cohen who was talking about it. It's a great video. It's a great thing to watch and very informational. And those are the kinds of things, plus inspirational messages and quotes and things like that. And of course, we boost articles and videos that have a purpose and a call to action. Not every article or video, or not every article or post needs to be boosted. That's overkill. You only choose the ones that have a call to action to boost. So you build your likes, you boost your posts, and you drive people to that Contact Us button at the top of your Facebook page. And that's the way you get those goals to convert on your website. People need to be taken to your website, told to go to your website, contacting you on your website, and then either picking up the phone or filling out a form. And those are the ways that you're going to get more clients and more contacts. So that is the Facebook program. This is a kind of a bigger picture of what things look like. So we take everything from your in the top left corner, your website or blog, you have blog articles, and that helps you with SEO, and you have company news that helps you with SEO, and that gets you the first page of Google. All of that goes out into an e-newsletter. All of that goes out to Facebook. Reputation management, you have a senior service reviews program. All those testimonials that are great go to your Facebook and LinkedIn, Google, Twitter, and also we have something called the Approved Senior Network, and in this case you've got a picture of Chicago's version of the Approved Senior Network there. And if you are in the Chicago area, you would be on the front page of the Chicago Approved Senior Network website, and that also drives leads and traffic and authority and trust. So it's a huge program that all works together. We hope that this little video or this little presentation helps you understand how complicated it is, but also that when you work with a company that is specific to home care and senior care companies like we are, that you actually get what you need as opposed to just any general SEO kind of folks who may sound awesome. They may be cheaper than us, I don't know, but they probably don't know exactly what it is that's going to really make a difference for you the way we do. So having said that, if anybody has any questions for me, type them into the questions pane on your dashboard. You could just type them in. If you don't have any questions, that's okay too. Let me look and see what we have so far. I want this to go out here. All right, let's see here. The first question is, can you talk about content for the newsletter? Okay, so if you kind of look at my, I know this is a little complicated, but if you look at my little diagram here, what you'll see is that we do blog posting on, say, a WordPress website, and when we do a blog post, our system, our newsletter system, we use either Campaign Monitor or MailChimp, takes all the articles via RSS feed, turns them into a little newsletter, which is scrollable, scannable, mobile, and easy to read, easy on the eyes, and it turns it into that kind of a newsletter and sends it out to all the contacts that you want in your database. So that's how we get content for the newsletter, that's how we automate it, and that's how we do what Ron Popeil does, and we set it and forget it. So if you have any other questions, anybody else have questions about Facebook, how to get more people to go to your website and contact you? Anybody have any more questions? Questions about anything? And if not, then we're done for, I see a question. I can't get this to go out. I can't get this to move out of here. It's like really little. Right. Hold on a second, let's try this. Let's try this. Yay! When I was looking at the Google Analytics page, I was confused about the goals part. Okay, so we can go back to that. All right, so all this white space in the middle where my arrows are, my text, is blanking out all the names of our clients because that would be really dumb on my part. So you'd have to follow, so there are names and websites, sessions, session duration, bounce rate, all this stuff goes across here, but I'm not going to show you that because that's our clients. But if you come right over here, this is the goal conversion rate column. So what you're looking at are the conversion rates and goals for our clients. So in other words, in the last 30 days, their conversion rate or goal rate, 3.33% of the people who went to their website actually filled out a form. The month before that, the goal or conversion rate was only being met at 1.94%. So we have increased that 72% in the last 30 days by changing them over to our Facebook program. If we go down here, let's go down to the bottom. In the last 30 days, 14.57% of the people who have gone to this person's website have converted into filled out a contact us form. The month prior to that, before they came on board with us, their conversion rate was 0.46%, meaning that maybe less than one person filled out a form. So we have increased it 3,091%. Boy, doesn't that sound awesome? Anyway, but so you're not going to know the exact number of people who fill out a form based on this information I'm giving you, I just want to show you that when you use Facebook correctly and you do what we do, you can increase those goals and conversion rates on your website. You can do it. It does work, and it's a great way to reach out to your local area. Okay, does this concept work for driving potential employees along with clients? You know what? Thank you for that question. We have been experimenting with that, and for some of our clients, this works extremely well for recruiting employees. We do all kinds of different things. We have even a recruitment video that's very generic and very happy, and we just brand it with your logo, and it's cute. And so yes, we can recruit employees. Sometimes when we go down the road of employee recruitment in certain areas that are super competitive, like South Florida, we will actually add in a few other things that we have up our sleeve, a few other tricks that go along with that. But yes, we can, and we don't charge anymore for it. By the way, when people sign up for our programs, they pay one fee, and we do not ask them to pay for Facebook advertising on top of that. They pay one fee to us, and that is it. So we absorb the cost of everything. So we might do a few extra things that we don't necessarily charge for, but we may, like, add a few extra little options in there for recruitment if you're in a really competitive market. But when you're not in a really competitive market, or you're just, everybody feels like they're in a competitive market, but when you're in a not New York City, in other words, or not Palm Beach, Florida, then it's a little easier to recruit just using Facebook alone. So we experiment with it for a couple of weeks. We go back and forth, we talk to you, find out how many applications you're receiving, and if you're not receiving any, we try, we up the game a little bit and do a few different things. But we are able to drive potential employees. And of course, that's a numbers game too, as you know. For every 10 applications you get, 1 or 2 might work out. So we understand that, just because you got 15 applications doesn't mean you have 15 new employees. So yes, we have done that, and it does work. Sometimes we just have to experiment a little bit. So any other questions about Facebook, about driving consumer traffic, employee traffic, anything like that? If not, we're going to call it a day. Let's see here. Oh, let me see what else I have here for you. Oh, tracking and reporting. I just wanted to show you what we do for our clients as far as, when they're in one of our programs. If they're in certain programs, we do keyword tracking for SEO. So that means we tell you if you are on the first page for Home Care St. Louis, Missouri, or Home Care New York City. We let you know where you are for that keyword phrase actually every day now. Website traffic, so we report all the Google Analytics. We show you the insights on Facebook, which is what I showed you earlier in this presentation, and we do offer for free a tracked and recorded phone line. We don't charge for that. We encourage it. You only use it on social media and your website. Even if you've got a branded line, it's worth knowing how many people are calling in from your website and for what reason. So you'll know if you have a tracked and recorded line, if you have 500 employment calls versus 3 leads and 2 referrals last month, you actually can see that data as opposed to guessing at it after the month is up and saying, I didn't get any phone calls for leads. But actually, yes, you did. You got 3, and then you got 2 referrals. So there you go. It's hard to keep track of all that if you don't have a tracked and recorded phone line. Some of our pricing, for our current clients, this is going to be different. So please, if you're a current client, know that these prices are a little bit different. But we have 4 different programs ranging from $295 a month all the way to $895 a month. We have people all the way across the board. I think our most popular is probably Facebook engagement and Facebook Plus. Essential content publishing is really not Facebook at all. It's just putting blog posts on your website. So it's fine if that's what you want, but it does not include Facebook advertising, just so you know. Facebook Engagement, Facebook Plus, and Facebook Pro are the 3, and by far Engagement and Plus have the most clients. Pro is where some of our people who have been with us for years and years will go to Pro right away because they know what we do works. But some people want to start out on the low end at engagement and work their way up. And I've been told our prices are too low, so just so you know, this is not out of the question. We like to do this for 6 months at a minimum. You will not see immediate, insane results. You will see it within a few weeks, but you need to stay with something long enough to actually grow your likes, grow your fan base, and then all of a sudden things start to hit. So you got to give this a little time, just like anything. It's not instant lead mecca. Any questions? Then if we have no more questions on the dashboard, then you can contact me directly at 888-404-1513, or you can email me at Valerie@LTCEP.com, 888-404-1513, or email me at Valerie@LTCEP.com. I know that this will work for you. Just give us a call or fill out a form on our website, which is LTCSocialMark.com, or call us, and we will get a meeting set up to just, kind of find out more about you and what your needs are, and if we can fit you into any of our programs. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your week, and we will talk to you again next week. Thanks. Bye.